Yo, 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 what's going on, party people? Ying Yang Zing, back at you with a top 10. Well, not really back, this is the first one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So today we are going to do our top 10 favorite Pokemon. We are going to do it respectively, so we're going to do it in an order. I'll go first. This is Patrick, and then Josh will go second.
What's up, guys?
And we're going to hit this off with a bang. So jump into it.
Sure.
Alright.
Just to give you guys a heads up, these are our personal top tens. They're no way to inflict with anyone else's opinion.
Unless you like Squirtle.
Yeah, it's an opinion. So it's what we like personally. So you guys are gonna see something on here and be like, why did they pick this?
You're gonna see at least 2 of those on my list.
Yeah.
Let's just jump into it. Let's just do this. So number 10 for me is Chip Skylark, or that's what I call him. It's Raticate. Raticate holds a special place in my heart. I was doing a Nuzlocke, and I had trained up a team, and I started working with another group of Pokemon just as a backup, and I saved it, and I didn't play it for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
Raticate was in the party, and I went into the 7th gym against Blaine. It was in Fire Red, Leaf Green, one of those two. And I go into the gym, and I didn't realize that I didn't have my main team. I had this, like, rinky-dink team and Eradicate.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Well,
especially when you play with
yeah.
a certain team.
Yeah.
And then you look at your party and be like, oh, where
So
is
I walked to the
everything?
gym, and, like, I had set a challenge for myself to not leave the gym. So once I went in, I'm like, crap. So I make it through all the gym trainers. Don't know how. Got up to Blaine, and he destroyed
Fire Gym, right?
everything. Yeah. He destroyed all of my Pokemon. And, like, he was down to 3. And I had just Eradicate. I'm like, well, this Nuzlocke's over. I've lost. Eradicate proceeded to clear house. He went nuts. And I just, from that moment on, Raticate's held a special
No water
place.
moves or anything with this Raticate,
It was
right?
like Sucker Punch, Dig, Super Fang, and I forget the other move. Like, I remember those 3 moves because I remember digging and Sucker Punching my way to victory. Like, it was horrible.
I'll have to agree with you on Raticate. Raticate actually, with its move pool, it actually has a pretty decent move pool.
Yeah, but its stats are horrible.
Yes, the stats are horrible.
but I love Raticate. Like, Chip Skylark is my buddy.
I mean, you get Eradicate that knows fucking Thunderbolt.
I wouldn't use it.
But
So that's my number 10. We're going to jump into Josh's next.
my number 10 would be Glaceon out of the EV Evolutions. Like Patrick said about his Raticate, Glaceon holds a special place in my heart. When they were coming out with all these EV Evolutions, I was like, I hope they come out with an Ice type. I hope. Because Ice is my favorite type in the game. Just because they have cool-looking Pokemon. They have some of the strongest attacks in the game. I mean, come on. Sheer Cold, if you can get it to hit.
It's a great offensive type, but it's a
Yeah.
horrible defensive type.
Yes.
Horrible.
Competitive play, I would not use Glaceon.
I wouldn't use Glaceon either.
For the people that are really big into, like, the beauty shows in the game,
Oh, the contest.
the contest, Glaceon's a definite win with those.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's Glaceon. It's an EV evolution. Probably one of the harder EV evolutions to get.
It's so late game for such a bad mon. Like, I understand, like, that you like it, but it's so bad. From a competitive state, like, I know deep down that number 9 also on my list is also competitively not very viable. But and I guess we're going to do that segue right into number 9. Mine is Zazu, or Chatot. So, I do a lot of competitive battling. I have a lot of friends that play Pokemon, and I'm a pretty big competitive battler. And I was playing around with some stuff for VGC, and I'm like, wait a minute. Chatot gets access to Nasty Plot.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets Boom Burst.
Yeah.
And it gets Chatter. And Chatter's really rude. this Pokemon could do something.
Was this the Pokemon in the game, like, you could actually, like, speak through your mic to it?
Nah, I don't know about that. All I know is that Chatot, like, so I made this competitive team, and I built it around Chatot, and, I mean, I just do gimmicks when I play Pokemon. I really do. When we were playing VGC, so I have a Chatot.
This is the kid that you play online that you hate.
Because you just do shit. And so Chatot ended up, like, I was getting destroyed. It was 3-1. I just had Chatot, but I had gotten a nasty plot up, and I had paralyzed everything on his team. I proceeded to boom burst my way to victory, and Chatot has become such a, like, they prepare for teams, like my teams, specifically for Chatot.
I mean,
like,
Chatot.
It's
Chatot. Out of all things, Chatot.
And it's so cute! It is adorable, and I love Chatot.
So we are going to go into my number 9. Probably one of my favorite Sinnoh starters. It's Chimchar. I just don't know. If you follow the anime with Ash and the whole Sinnoh
that
route,
story is so good.
Yes, exactly.
The Chimchar story is
the
so
Chimchar
good.
story is amazing, and what was it? It was Ash's first fully evolved starter Pokemon in Sinnoh, correct? Or
No,
was it
Torterra.
Torterra? Well, it's one of them.
It's one of the, I don't remember.
It's one of
honestly.
Ash's best Pokemon that he personally
easily one of his top 5. Yeah.
I mean, a firefighting. You throw a Brick Break on an Infernape.
He doesn't even use Brick Break. He uses like what, Mach Punch,
Mach Punch and Brick Break.
Flamethrower.
I know. I'm just talking like competitive wise. Brick Break straight off.
This is close combat. It's stronger. It's your defenses suck anyway. Just beat the hell out of them.
Close combat's good. But
the Chimchar is so cute and it's so good. It's just like
yes. It starts off with what, Scratch and Leer. I think it's a basic Charmander set from the Kanto style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you get a cute little fire monkey, and I don't know.
Is it a monkey? I think it's an ape. It evolves into a monkey.
Yeah.
Because apes don't have tails.
Oh,
That's
whatever
so
it
weird.
is. But if
It's
you guys
adorable.
watch the anime, you guys get to hear his cute little voice. Chimchar, thank you.
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna jump into number 8 now, and for me, it's Charizard. Charizard was the first fully evolved starter Pokemon I had. I saw Charmander, and I instantly said, I want that. I want that lizard with a flaming tail.
Right.
I want to set things on fire. And little did I know that I was going to have the hardest journey in the world to beat that game.
Mm-hmm.
In Red and Blue, Charizard is so hard to beat the game with, but it's so worth it because you get this gigantic flying, burning killer, and it gets 2 Mega Evolutions.
For people that don't really know, Patrick was just talking about the original games. So if you're playing Red, Blue,
Fire Red,
Leaf Green, Charmander is probably actually the hardest one to start with.
It's almost impossible. You go against the first gym, rocks, awesome. Second gym, water, awesome. Third gym, electric. The first time you get an advantage is the 4th gym, and at that point, like, you're gonna have a balanced team anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
unless you find unless you don't start with fire and then you just find a Growlithe right outside the grass gym,
like a Pidgey or something, and murder everything. It's not that big a deal. It's so hard. It's so bad.
But Charizard, the typing of it, I don't know. Charizard, besides Pikachu, has become the staple mascot for Pokemon, I feel like.
I mean, when you think Pokemon, like, for somebody that never watched it or didn't know anything about, like, if you said name Pokemon, the first 2 that most people would have come to mind would be Pikachu, followed closely by Charizard.
Exactly.
They're iconic.
Now, when you look at Charizard, you're thinking, oh, hey, look, it's a fire dragon.
It's not.
Nope. The typing is not dragon.
Charizard X is.
Yes, Charizard X is considered a dragon. But,
It's
I mean,
not
for a fire flying with access to dragon moves, it's a pretty solid. It's a solid stage 3.
It's good in game competitively. It's horrible. Without the Mega Evolutions, Charizard's not very good.
Oh, come on.
It's not.
I'm going to bring up the Johto.
Stealth Rock.
I'm going to bring up Johto. Charcific Valley.
anime.
Yes,
I'm talking about
gonna bring it up.
competitively.
Oh, competitively.
Competitively, base Charizard's horrible because of Stealth Rock.
If
It's
you guys
50% of its health.
if you guys haven't watched the Pacific Valley episode in Johto, watch it. Do yourself a favor. You will cry.
I didn't. I kind of figured it was coming.
So what number are we on?
We're on 8, and it's yours.
My number 8 would have to be Kingler. Kingler, do you remember when Ash caught his Krabby?
I remember when he used it against
come-
that weird dude with the Executor and
Yeah.
it swept him, which I thought was really lame.
It was the
Like-
Lighthouse episode that Ash caught his Krabby.
Yeah.
And then you remember when he transferred it to Professor Oak?
Well, no, it just disappeared.
Gary just had a Krabby, and it was like 3 times its size compared to Ash's.
So silly. Like, I don't know why they felt to put that in there. Like,
That was like my favorite part of seeing one of my favorite water Pokemon's pre-evolution. But then you skip all the way to the Indigo League,
and that's the next time you friggin' see it.
and then you just see it. You see Krabby just wail through everything. And it was a Pokemon that he had never used. And he's just wailing through all these opponents.
Either that Krabby was a monster or, like, I don't understand. Or that guy really sucked.
But now we're going to hop back into Kingler. Thank you, Krabby. Krabby is an honorable mention.
I mean, they're the same line, so.
But Kingler, man, let me tell you, Crabhammer, probably a good move.
It's the strongest physical water move.
Guillotine? Yeah, have you ever been guillotine in a game?
It's really fun to go through the game trying to use one-hit KO moves. It's really funny.
But seriously, Kingler's got an awesome set list that it can potentially learn. I mean, how many Pokemon out of the first gen couldn't use Hyper Beam? There was a good handful, wasn't there?
There wasn't a lot. Like the legendary birds couldn't use Hyper Beam. But like almost everything could. Like Hyper Beam's a pretty solid and staple move then.
But I had it like when I did my run of Fire Red I ended up getting a Krabby. I did an emulator hack, so I made a team that I really wanted. So I had Krabby on my team, and by the time I got to Kingler, it knew Hyper Beam. That Kingler stats with a Hyper Beam, it's solid.
Because it was physical then, now it's special and it's not nearly as good.
Yeah. Rest old school Kingler.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, number 7 is it's a joint entry. It's Infernape.
Yes, Infernape.
So for me, it's not so much about the anime, and it's more about I had this really competitive team when I
feel like mine's not about the anime either. I feel like mine's more of a game. You get
so I'll tell my quick story. Give me a second. I'm eating every time I'm recording.
Yes,
you
you
notice that?
are. You are.
God, I'm fat.
So while he's eating, I'll just tell mine.
Go ahead.
So Infernape, what was it? Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah. My least favorite generation.
What was the 7th gym?
Ice. I don't know why ice is always
yeah.
so late.
God, that 7th gym in that game was so tough for me. I feel like.
Wow.
I don't know, but just you take your Infernape in there, and it just demolishes. It doesn't even have to hit with a fire move. I feel like its fighting moves are is stronger than its fire moves.
For the most part, because they have a lot of water types.
Yeah.
And dark ice types.
Yeah. But
Rest in peace, Sneasel.
yes. Just the way that Infernape looks. Do you remember?
It looks like a Super Saiyan monkey.
Exactly. Do you remember like seeing it right after your Monferno evolved, and you see it and you're like, that's awesome.
I'm just gonna have it beat the hell out of all of my
Exactly.
friends.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like, so this story, I was playing Gen 5, and Infernape is always nicknamed Gucci for me. There's a story to Gucci. It's not my call, but I had this competitive team, and Infernape was a part of the core. It was in Gen 5, and it was just a U-turn Volt Switch heavy core that every Pokemon could pivot.
Oh, that U-turn combo with Infernape?
U-turn Volt Switch.
Ooh.
It was brutal. I mean, it was one of the best. It's actually probably the second, one of the top 3 teams I've ever built competitively, and it's kind of how I've become a gimmick guy. Like, I use a lot of weird things. But it was so good. It was so good, and Infernape it single-handedly won me so many battles because of its speed, and I could run a mixed set. Like, I overheated on everything.
He's the fastest fire-type Pokemon, isn't he?
Fastest fire starter.
Yeah. I forgot. His speed was actually...
It's like 108, I think.
It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
And
But its defense is horrible.
But if you build that to be like an agility style Infernape, you can easily beat out Raichu. You can easily beat out
Everything.
pretty much.
It's got poor typing. And it can get outpaced because it doesn't get agility. And you wouldn't waste your time on it. It's got such a high speed stat. But so the Gucci story, because this is easy. I was talking to my brother who does not play Pokemon, but I told him what it was, and like he's played Pokemon, so he kind of gets it. I'm like, I just can't think of a nickname for this thing. And he's like, what is it? I said, it's a fire monkey. He's like, Gucci. Just without a doubt. And like, you know my brother. Yeah. You could totally see him saying something like that.
Shout out to Edward, by the way. Thanks for the awesome Gucci story.
Gucci.
So this next Pokemon that we're getting ready to talk about
is something you haven't seen.
It is... Well, I've seen it. I just haven't... I haven't played Sun and Moon yet. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the starter Pokemon I have not seen. I think the fire and the water ones that I've seen so far are poor. I feel like they're...
Incineroar is such a cool idea, though.
Nintendo's kind of like, okay, we're done making cool starters. But the grass one
is pretty sweet.
The grass one is pretty sweet. It's
and
like
the story behind it,
it's an archer owl, right?
You know what it's based around, right? The owl. It's based on an extinct owl in Hawaii. That's why it goes from grass flying to grass ghost.
Really?
Isn't that sweet?
So we'll introduce...
Decidueye.
Yes.
This is my number 6. The second I saw this thing, literally the second I saw it, I said, I need one. I love this thing. And I played through Sun and Moon, and I love it. It's got a great diverse move pool. It's grass ghost, so you can run a billion different things on it. It gets Swords Dance, it gets Calm Mind, it gets Shadow Ball. It has its own signature attack that locks opponents in. It has its own individual Z move. It's so good. It's amazing looking, and it has a cool backstory behind the design of the Pokemon, and I love it. I love it. It's cool.
We're really nerds when it comes to the whole backstories and designs of the Pokemon.
I feel kind of a loser. It's all right.
As long as it's not anything about the Muck, the new version of Muck.
I love the new version of Muck.
No.
I love Rainbow Muck, okay? I think mostly because it got my favorite typing, but it's so cool. It's just so sweet.
What number are we on?
We are at number 6.
My number 6 is Tyranitar.
That's a good Pokemon.
It was so hard to get, though.
You couldn't even get it till the post game.
No. Right now...
That being said, it's probably for the best because that thing was a monster.
Yo, and have you seen it in Pokemon Go lately? Pokemon Go, Tyranitar is probably one of the strongest Pokemon.
It's ranked as the strongest Pokemon right now.
The strongest one you can get. Not so much on the Mega Evolution of it. It grew branches.
It became a mountain. It became what it eats.
Exactly.
That's a joke.
What movie was it that Tyranitar was in? The Celebi movie.
Pokemon Forever.
That's where
How do I know that?
That's where Tyranitar kind of like locked it in for me. The Shadow Tyranitar was like, oh yes, we're finally seeing Shadow Pokemon. We haven't seen Shadow Pokemon since the Gale of Darkness, yeah. And I'm like, yes, it's about time. And just to see a Tyranitar use Hyper Beam in the anime
was pretty sweet.
It was pretty sweet.
Very satisfying.
Props up to Nintendo and whoever makes your movies. I think it's 4Kids Entertainment.
No, 4Kids is the one that dubs it. Don't ever thank 4Kids.
But thank you. You
You're
guys
gonna piss people off thanking 4Kids.
Whatever. I'm so far out of the Pokemon loop now.
Yeah. Alright, so we're on to number 5. My number 5 is the Victory Pokemon Victini.
This thing looks...
It's so cute!
This thing looks like a plush animal.
and it will murder you and your family.
Apparently.
It has the strongest base power move outside of Explosion as its signature move.
What's it called?
V-Create.
Yeah, the V-Create.
180 base power.
That's where he does the little peace symbol, right?
No, he always does the peace symbol.
Or is that where the...
He uses the V on his head and just catches it on fire and just beats his face into you. It's amazing. It's a flaming headbutt. Headbutt's one of my favorite attacks.
Flaming headbutt.
It's a flaming headbutt. He's going to shove his head straight up your anus. And it's amazing. And it's just so cute. I want to own one. I just want one as a pet. Like, some people are like, I want a Charizard as a pet. What the hell are you going to do with that? I want a Victini. It's 2 feet tall. I can carry it on my shoulder. It can fly, and it can bring me victory.
Is it considered a pseudo-legendary or an actual legendary?
It's a mythical Pokemon.
It's a mythical.
So it's like Celebi, and it's base 600. It's
For all you old school fans, I feel like we all think everything is legendary right now. Any of the hard ones I consider legendary. But
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Victini is the only thing that's even close to a legendary on my list. So.
That's right. My next one is Aegislash?
Aegislash. Yeah.
Aegislash. Steel Ghost.
Oh, it was sweet. Oh,
Dude,
it's so good.
Dude. King Stance?
King Shield, you mean?
Yeah, or King Shield, whatever it is. With stance change. Awesome.
Swords Dance.
This Pokemon, I feel, for competitive play has... It's a must, I feel, for a lot of teams.
I mean, it got banned in singles.
Yeah.
Smogon banned it. It was that good because its typing is so good. It's so hard to predict around. It's bulky when it's in its shield form, and it's scary offensive in its blade form.
The artwork for it, though, I love the artwork for it. A sword
I hated
shield.
Doughblade. I hated Doughblade.
But
Doughblade's good. Like,
no, I like the whole sword and the shield thing. The one thing that really made me mad were the keys. Why would you want a fairy set of keys?
You leave Klefki alone. Klefki is awesome. It's got Prankster, and you could just set up spikes and piss everybody off.
But yeah, seriously, for a Ghost Steel type,
as the first one.
Yeah, I just feel like that was a hurdle for everyone to get over, especially with competitive plays. It was used competitive.
VGC.
It's the past couple years. It's been on a lot of the top teams.
I mean, it's always going to be. It's so good. All right, so we're into number 4, and so I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. It's the 2 Johto bugs that are worth a damn, not Ledion.
So we're gonna take a good old trip to Johto.
Well, I'm gonna be remaining in Johto for a little while here. Scizor.
Actually, we are gonna be in Johto for a little while.
Holy crap, we really are. Oh my goodness. So Scizor. I love Scizor. Since Generation 2, I remember the first time I saw it.
I remember when they leaked Gen 2, and like Scizor was like one of the main ones that they leaked.
That was the original generation where I remember them talking about fusion Pokemon. Like they were talking about Scyther and what's it called? Kingler fusing was the quote unquote. I remember hearing about that, and I'm like, that sounds silly.
Yeah.
So I was right. I was right then. I'm right still now. Scizor is just, I saw it and I'm like, I need it. I need this on my team. I need to bring this home. I need this to be my guard dog. I need one. And I caught a Scyther and I got the Metal Coat. I made it happen and I love it. I've loved Scizor since Gen 2.
Fastest bug.
It's not even that fast. It's not even close.
I thought it was fast.
No, it's slow as shit. It's slow as shit. But it's so good. It is so good. Its typing is amazing. Its design is incredible.
Unless it goes against a fire type.
It's pretty awesome. I love Scizor. Competitively, it's amazing, but its design just sold me.
Now,
as a kid, I need it.
How much Johto Journeys did you watch?
I watched the whole thing.
So you remember the Scizor episodes between the master and the student?
Yeah,
they each had a Scizor.
Played the Scizor.
Yeah. So, like you guys don't know, I'm the huge anime buff when it comes to Pokemon. Patrick, somewhat. How far are you?
I've watched all the way through XYZ.
Have you? Okay. I haven't got that far yet. I don't even know if they air the new ones.
They're on Netflix.
The
X and Y, X, Y, and Z.
the
are
Sun
both-
and Moon ones.
Sun and Moon, not yet.
So,
But
back to Johto. So mine is Heracross. Wasn't it? No, it wasn't Ash's first Johto Pokemon he caught.
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
That was,
It was Chikorita. No, it wasn't Chikorita.
I don't know what it was. I forget.
Yeah, it's been so long. So if you guys get mad at us for slandering what was first and what was second, please let us know in the comments.
It's not slandering. We don't remember. We have lives.
But yeah, Heracross, man.
Heracross is pretty sweet. It's better, like, its Mega Evolution's at best.
Yeah, I felt like the Mega Evolution they could have done a little bit more with. Is it? What is it? Grass fighting?
No, it's bug fighting still.
Or
It's
bug
just-
fighting?
It's based on the Hercules beetle, and it looks so dumb, but it gets skill link, which I guess is kind of cool.
Mhm. I don't know. I just remember playing through
But it
and
makes
then
Pin Missile viable.
and
Oh my
just
God.
getting Heracross with Mega Horn.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, if you're gonna run a Mega Heracross, you don't ever really see it with Mega Horn because Mega Horn's accuracy is 70, and Pin Missile will do about 100 base damage, 125, something like that. And I think it's a 25 base power move, but it hits 5 times. It's guaranteed.
And just coming from the anime point with Heracross, Heracross was so awesome because he got. I mean, don't get me wrong. He got his ass handed to him quite a few times.
Darkrai.
Yeah, which that was the.
That was Sinnoh.
Was that
That
Sinnoh?
was horseshit. Don't get me started on that battle.
But
okay?
seriously, Heracross, it made the anime for me really funny because he
They're
would
trying
go,
to eat.
he would eat, almost devour Bulbasaur for its nectar.
Yeah, bad call.
It's a bad call to even say that. Heracross is sucking bolt on a Bulbasaur for its nectar.
I mean, that's not the Bulbasaur I'd pick a fight with. You know what I'm saying?
No.
All right, so we're gonna jump to number 3, and number 3 for me, this Pokemon has been just one of my favorites for a long time, and it's Crobat. So I liked Zubat, and I didn't mind Zubat and Golbat and Red and Blue. I'm one of those weirdos that I'm just like, I like
Right.
the bat. I love Crobat. I heard it got an evolution, and I said, awesome. I caught a Zubat in Union Cave, and I loved it. I treated it with all the love and affection it needed.
You gave it all the berries, didn't you?
I had a Crobat at level 25. That thing was a monster. It's so fast. Like, why? It's great. And it's a staple on all of my, I like Crobat before people are like, oh my god, Crobat's so good now because of fairy typing. I'm like, Crobat's fucking good now. In Gen 5, I used it. It's got U-turn, it's fast, you can band it, you can run it specially, you can run it defensively, with defog. It's just, it's awesome. It's so good.
Yes.
I love Crobat. And it makes me so happy. It's got little feet and it's 4 wings and it's just so cute.
And then it's now you can get a Crobat on Pokemon Go. I mean,
I'm trying.
I
I'm
mean,
trying so hard, but I don't play it that often.
I mean, Zubat don't spawn very often here.
which is so bad.
Yeah, I know. You'd think when it's dark you would have your Zubats and everything, but no. So we're gonna hop into my number 3.
And we're staying in Johto.
We're still staying in Johto. Pokemon 2000.
You like Ho-Oh.
No.
You don't like the Infernal Flaming Chicken?
No. That was the first legendary we saw though. It was Ho-Oh in Pokemon I Choose You. It was the bird that was flying over the rainbow.
Somewhere.
Exactly.
Sorry.
But it's not Ho-Oh. It is
Ho-Ho's a candy bar. It's Ho-Oh.
oh whatever.
Like
Oh, it's Lugia.
Oh. The Great Wall.
Yeah. Do you remember the second movie?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh really?
Dude, I went to theaters and watched it.
I went to theaters too and watched it too.
All I was thinking was, I hope Zapdos electrocutes this stupid bird.
No.
I don't.
Have you ever kind of researched Lugia before?
This Guardian of the Sea.
It's supposed to. So I'm really big into kind of the fan fiction and
You know that's
stuff
not
off
legit,
that.
right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know it's not legit, but they're saying that Lugia back in the day was a creation of Team Rocket, just like Mewtwo, from the DNA of all three legendary birds.
Wouldn't make any sense. Mewtwo.
Well, I mean, I know it wouldn't make any sense, but
I mean, I can see how that. We'll do theory videos later.
you see exactly because Lugia is able to beat all three of them without having any problem. It's when they all three gang up on him. That's when they have the problem.
Moltres would be the only one that it would actually beat. Zapdos typing advantage. Articuno type advantage.
Competitive wise, I'm talking about the movie, damn it. But Lugia, I don't know. He's made so many countless appearances.
He's made a total of 4.
I'm talking about like everything. His cards in the card game
Oh, yeah.
look awesome. Shadow Lugia, awesome.
All right, I can't argue that.
I mean, when the Shadow Pokemon came out, you're like, when am I gonna get the Shadow Lugia? Are you gonna just pass it the Pokeball underneath the table?
So I mean, it's cool that like you like Lugia obviously, and I like to make the joke about Ho-Oh, but like I saw the cover legendaries. I wasn't excited about them. I was excited about the dogs.
Yeah, the
I wanted
dogs.
Raikou.
I felt like they could have done so much more with the dogs.
No, dogs are perfect. They're perfect. All 3 of them are perfect. I love every single one of them. Entei almost killed Charizard. It's awesome.
It wasn't a real Entei, by the way.
I don't care. It almost killed Charizard.
But yeah, Lugia, awesome typing. I feel like it's got an awesome signature move, Aeroblast.
Which is weird because most signature moves get made for other Pokemon will get it. I don't think anything else gets Aeroblast.
No?
Except for Smeargle, but Smeargle doesn't count. Smeargle's bullshit.
For those competitive players out there that use Smeargle, I'm flipping you off right now.
I'm not flipping you off. I'm wondering how you take the time to do that.
So let's continue with Johto.
We're still here. Azumarill is my number 2. I love Azumarill.
That's a bullshit Pokemon, by the way.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Azumarill's amazing.
It is. It's a water rabbit. It is a water rabbit.
It's adorable, and it will beat you senseless, and then it will take your dead limp body and beat your family with it.
It's just like Jasmine's Miltank. Because it can do that constant rollout bullshit. I hate it.
Dude, you don't know.
I hate
Azumarill's amazing because it gets access to Aqua Jet, which is priority. It gets Waterfall. It gets Aqua Tail. It gets Play Rough, which is a great physical fairy move. It gets Double Edge, Superpower, Ice Punch. It gets all these awesome moves.
It's a fairy, by the way.
It's a I don't
fairy.
care. I don't care about fairy typing. It made it even better competitively, and everyone started to jump on the Azumarill bandwagon, and I'm like, I'm already here. I used Azumarill all through Gen 5. I used it near the end of Gen 4 when I found out about the huge power ability, but I've always liked Azumarill. Like, Azumarill's been one of my favorites for a while. I don't know why. It spoke to me.
You know, when I'm surprised, because when they released Johto, did Meryl have the evolved form?
Meryl and Azumarill are both Johto.
Are they?
And then Azurill was introduced in third gen, which
I thought it was flip flops.
which is weird because Azurill. Okay, so fun fact for anybody that may not know this: Azurill, when you catch it, if you catch a female or a male Azurill, when it evolves, there's like a 25% chance that it'll change genders.
Is that just like a glitch in the game?
I have no idea. I think it's a coding thing, like it's able to do that. It's just weird.
Okay.
The more you know.
Exactly. So my number 2 is Donphan.
Hey, speaking of rollout.
Exactly. Donphan is. I feel like he's probably one of. What is he? Ground?
Yeah, pure ground.
I feel like he's probably one of the better ground types.
I mean, there's not much competition.
I mean, and just the artwork for him, it's cool. He was the first Johto Pokemon that we ever saw besides the legendary bird. We saw him in the first movie.
He was in the second movie.
No.
Yeah, no, he was in the first movie.
It was in the first movie. That trainer had him.
Togepi, I think, was the first Johto Pokemon we were introduced to.
So when they were leaking out the first movie, they were leaking out new and
Subliminal
interesting
messaging.
Yeah, new and interesting Pokemon.
Damn you.
But I don't know. I think Donphan, he just looks cool. anime, coming from the anime side, there was a Donphan episode in Johto where
Ash has a Donphan.
yeah, and Ash has a Donphan. But the one episode in the anime was Donphan. They used the Donphan to sniff out certain stones in the earth
No,
because Donphan's nose was so strong. I'm like,
his
you know
nose
what?
is like in the ground.
I'm like, that is so cool. What if we had a Pokemon like that in real life? What if we had a Pokemon in real life?
I'd have a Victini.
Exactly.
I just
this person over here claiming victories left and right.
Dude, just kidding. I'd love to have a Victini. It's so fucking cute.
But I mean,
that would be the one Pokemon I'd own if I could have one.
But I feel like Donphan, I feel like it should have got a Mega Evolution. I mean, when we were online looking at pictures and everything, we saw Mega Evolution forms,
Like
fan made
artwork.
Mega Donphan. I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, I think it could go to Ground Steel. I think that would be its typing if it could.
Speaking of Pokemon that we think needs a Mega Evolution, and my personal favorite Pokemon of all time, I saw this thing, and all I could think was, this thing's amazing. It's my two favorite types.
It doesn't need a Mega Evolution.
It does, because competitively, like, it's dropping in usage, and it would drop further if it was able to, I'm sure, but just it's too strong to go into lower tiers, and it's just so powerful, and it's so amazing. I'm speaking, of course, of the brutal Pokemon Hydreigon. It's so cool. It's got 3 friggin' heads. It's based on a Hydra.
And you know how hard it is to get this thing?
It's the highest fully evolved evolution Pokemon.
Yeah.
It doesn't fully evolve until level 64. Why?
By then, most...
And it's the 2 hardest types to level up. It's the 2 hardest types to train. Dark, Dragon. It needs a Mega Evolution. It deserves a Mega Evolution. We need it. A Mega Hydreigon, get rid of Levitate, give it Filter, make it take 2 points away from speed, and then just bulk up on attack, on special attack, on defenses. Just do it. Make a monster. Just make this thing blow holes through teams.
I'm happy, though, because when this was what?
This is Gen 5, which is my personal favorite generation.
It was Gen 5. You got Dino right off the bat.
No, you didn't. Dino was Victory Road.
Was it?
Yeah.
I swear that you were able to find that dragon before that.
Nope.
Huh? Well, I mean, it's been forever since I played the game.
Gen 5 is my... I know Gen 5 like the back of my palm. Oh, that's fair.
But, jeez.
It's so good. Like, Hydreigon, like, it's not just because of its typing or because of its appearance. Well, it's mostly because of its appearance, but, like, they've used it competitively, and
Competitively, I'll agree with you completely. I feel like if you have to have a powerhouse on the team, it would be this.
It's amazing special attacker. It's got such a diverse move pool. It literally is only held back by the fact that it's Dark Dragon and the next generation, they fucking cut its balls off. They gave it the Bob Barker treatment. It's bullshit. But Hydreigon's amazing. I love it. And I think I just killed Josh. But we're going to Josh as number 1.
How do you feel about Kanto? I mean, you got to have personal love for Kanto.
I can't say that Kanto sucks. I can't say it's the worst generation.
It gave birth to this. It
did, but it also gave birth to Jinx. You gotta go pros and cons.
He broke me again. Oh, he pulled the Jinx card out.
I mean,
how funny would this be if my number 1 was Jinx? You would just stop.
I can't handle that many Nicki Minaj's.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna go OG starters here. Charmander.
At least it's not Squirtle.
Exactly. Charmander's story within the anime, man.
It's a fucking asshole.
No, it's when Ash first...
Charmander's amazing, and then it evolves into Charmeleon. I'm like, oh, this will be cool. Charmeleon on this team. This is gonna be pretty sweet. No, Charmeleon's a fucking dickhead.
Because it was showing us the purpose of how a Pokemon and its trainer should be,
Ash should have fucking legitimately won a couple of gym badges, not 3. He was given the Boulder badge because he found a way to make electric moves work on a ground type. Way to go, asshole. Misty, he didn't battle. Lieutenant Surge, I guess he beat, but it took 2 tries. Then he went and he even beat? Yeah, he beat.
He
What's her
beat
name?
Erica.
He beat Erica. Sabrina, he made her laugh. He made her. Well, not even him. Haunter made her laugh, and she gave him a badge. He didn't.
No. The electric dragon did fry Kadabra. You remember Kadabra turned Pikachu's electricity into a dragon and just hit it right off the bat?
No, but I'm saying, like, Haunter is the reason he won the badge, and it's just because Haunter made her laugh.
But
that's the whole reason. Like, Charmander was cool, and then it evolved, and it became a douchebag.
But I don't know. Charmander just holds a special spot in my heart.
Absolutely. I'm not arguing that.
Because it was Bulbasaur, Squirtle, or Charmander. And you gotta have Charmander, man. I mean, 1, it's cute. It's cute.
2, it's not Squirtle.
Yeah.
I really don't like Squirtle.
And just the anime story. You remember when Ash found Charmander?
It was a stubborn asshole.
No, it was where the trainer just left him to die.
And it wouldn't freaking leave its stump. It was Stu Kid from Hey Arnold.
Yeah. It brought that whole, like...
How many people do you think are going to get that reference?
I don't know. I hope some. But it brought down to earth, be like, oh, hey, Pokemon can die. Within the series.
It's in its Pokedex entry, if its tail flame goes out, it dies.
Exactly. I think that got changed over the years, though, because that's I think it's one of the pretty darkest.
Do you know what my favorite throw... so, this is going to be like the last little bit, because you guys are going to hear a weird thing. You know what my favorite throwback from Gen 7 to Gen 1 is? Cubone evolving into a ghost fire type. That pulled at my heartstrings a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. Marowak's a ghost fire type, and it tugged at me a little bit. And I'm like, that's so mean. That's referencing that Cubone's mother died.
Marowak's a
ghost fire type.
With light. In this new gen?
Yeah. Oh, spoiler. Sorry.
No. It's okay, man. It's just, it's been weird.
The new game's almost out, so.
I mean... But Charmander, though.
Yeah, Charmander will hold a special place in my heart. It was the first starter I had, but obviously it holds a special place in my heart. Charizard made my list.
Exactly.
But
I mean, Charmeleon's actually pretty cool too. I mean, that entire line is really
I used
cool.
one in an NU team, a Charmeleon, and I called it Red Hot Love.
But yeah, just the Charmander, man.
This was a 42-minute video.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit.
The Charmander, it's just... you gotta have mad love for it.
But that's gonna, I think, be it.
Yep.
Because this is gonna be a probably close to 45-minute video. Mm-hmm. Thanks for being patient and working with us, guys.
But this has been Josh and Patrick from Team Ying Yang Zing. You guys stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot more kind of a top 10 discussion videos. I feel like going back and forth like this, we have a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of weird references.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey Arnold.
But we will also be doing our Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles coming up. So just remember, subscribe, like, comment, hit that like button.
Hit the bucket. Dump it. Pour it on your friends.
Button as much as you want, please. We're wanting to get our word out, and we are wanting to make this channel succeed.
So share the video with a friend if you think they'll like it. We have some really weird picks. We know. So and let us know if you guys have any ideas on videos you'd like us to do, top 10 suggestions. We're always looking. If we don't like it or we can't do it or we have no knowledge of the situation,
we'll let you guys know.
I
do want to give out a shout out to the Tim at the Dragon Scale, though. Thank you for all you do for us. Thank you for holding our locals. Just thank you.
You've been awesome, man.
So
see ya.